In the bustling city of Athens, a beacon of wisdom and controversy emerged, the enigmatic figure known as Socrates. His piercing eyes peered through the crowded streets, his mind relentlessly seeking truth, and his words cut through the clamor like a sword through silence. Socrates, the philosopher who dared to question, to challenge, and to provoke the very foundations of society. It was a time of great upheaval, when the old gods were revered, and tradition was the law. Yet, amidst the rigid beliefs of the Athenians, Socrates found his purpose, to uncover the truth, to unravel the mysteries that lay hidden beneath the veneer of everyday life. With a gentle smile and an inquisitive mind, he delved into the depths of knowledge, seeking not to tear down, but to build upon the wisdom of the ancients. As the sun cast its golden rays over the Acropolis, Socrates gathered a group of eager young disciples around him. These were the bright minds of Athens, hungry for knowledge, yearning for a deeper understanding of the world around them. They followed Socrates' every word, their minds awakened by the spark of his intellect. And so, the philosopher's influence spread, like ripples in a pond, reaching even the highest echelons of society. But his teachings, his probing questions, began to raise eyebrows among the elite. The established order, built upon unquestioned beliefs, felt threatened. The powerful politicians, the revered poets, and the religious authorities grew wary of this man who dared to question their authority, who dared to challenge the very foundations upon which their power rested. Whispers spread through the city, rumors of sedition and blasphemy. Socrates' enemies seized upon his associations with the controversial figures of the time, using guilt by association to tarnish his reputation. They accused him of corrupting the youth, of turning them away from the sacred traditions of their ancestors. The seed of doubt was planted, and the sapling of discord began to grow. The great hall of justice was abuzz with anticipation. The fate of Socrates hung in the balance, as he stood before the judges, his face calm and composed, radiating an inner strength that even the most hardened hearts could not deny. The air was thick with tension, as the eyes of the world turned towards this pivotal moment in history. Socrates took a deep breath and spoke with conviction, his words echoing through the grand chamber. He defended himself, not with hollow rhetoric or empty promises, but with the power of his intellect and the force of his reasoning. He dismantled the accusations one by one, exposing the fallacies and revealing the true nature of his teachings, a search for wisdom, a quest for enlightenment. Yet, despite his eloquence, despite the undeniable logic that dripped from his lips, the jury remained unmoved. They were products of their time, products of a society that feared change, that clung to tradition with the desperate grip of a drowning man. They saw Socrates as a threat to the very fabric of their existence. And so, the verdict was reached, guilty.
But even in the face of death, Socrates did not waver. He did not beg for mercy or seek to escape his fate. Instead, he stood tall, his eyes filled with a serene determination that defied the cruelty of his sentence. To fear death, my friends, is nothing more than to think oneself wise when one is not, he proclaimed, his voice resonating with a wisdom that transcended mortal concerns. The day of his execution arrived, casting a dark shadow over the city. Socrates, surrounded by a small group of loyal disciples, walked with a steady stride towards his final destination. The prison walls loomed before him, a somber reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the inevitability of his fate. But as Socrates approached those foreboding walls, something extraordinary happened. The people of Athens, the very same citizens who had once condemned him, emerged from their homes and lined the streets, their faces etched with a mixture of sorrow, admiration, and regret. They had witnessed the injustice inflicted upon their beloved philosopher, and a sense of collective guilt washed over them. They recognized the depth of their mistake, the blinding ignorance that had led to this moment. And in a remarkable display of solidarity, they stood as one, offering their silent support to the man who had dared to challenge their beliefs. Socrates, with his head held high, reciprocated their silent reverence with a warm, understanding smile. He saw in their eyes a reflection of his own unwavering commitment to the pursuit of truth. In that shared moment, he realized that his teachings had not been in vain. The seed of inquiry he had planted had taken root, sprouting into a collective consciousness that thirsted for knowledge and embraced the ideals of justice and introspection.
As the gates of the prison swung open, Socrates entered the dimly lit chamber, where the cold touch of death awaited him. Yet, he remained undeterred, for he knew that his ideas, his philosophy, would transcend the confines of his mortal shell. His spirit would live on through the minds of those he had inspired, through the countless souls who would continue to question, to challenge, and to seek truth in a world often clouded by ignorance.
Surrounded by his disciples, Socrates spoke his final words, words that would echo through the annals of history. The unexamined life is not worth living, he proclaimed, his voice resounding with a clarity that pierced the depths of his listeners' hearts. He urged them to question the world around them, to peel back the layers of illusion, and to embrace the pursuit of knowledge and self-discovery. As the cup of poison hemlock was brought forth, Socrates accepted it with grace and composure. He raised it to his lips, his gaze fixed on the horizon, where the sun cast its final rays upon the city that had both revered and rejected him. In that moment, the great philosopher became a martyr for the cause of intellectual freedom and the power of questioning the status quo.
The liquid coursed through his veins, bringing with it a sense of calm and acceptance. Socrates, the embodiment of wisdom and courage, closed his eyes and embraced the final journey into the realm of the eternal. The room fell silent, save for the whispered vows of his disciples, promising to carry forth his legacy, to ignite the flames of inquiry in the hearts of future generations.
As news of Socrates' death spread throughout Athens, a profound sadness settled over the city. The people mourned the loss of a man who had dared to challenge their preconceived notions, who had beckoned them to look inward and question the very foundations of their existence. They realized that his death was not merely an end, but a catalyst for change, a spark that would ignite a fire within their souls. In the years that followed, Socrates' teachings reverberated across the lands, reaching far beyond the boundaries of Athens. His trial and subsequent execution became symbols of the struggle for intellectual freedom, inspiring countless thinkers, philosophers, and revolutionaries throughout the ages. His unwavering commitment to truth and justice became a guiding light for those who sought to challenge oppressive regimes and oppressive minds. Today, as we stand on the shoulders of giants, we look back at the life and death of Socrates with a sense of awe and reverence. His story serves as a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge and the courage to question are timeless virtues that transcend the boundaries of time and place. Socrates' legacy has endured, and his story continues to inspire and motivate us to this day.
In a world that often discourages dissent and conformity, Socrates' story serves as a rallying cry for intellectual freedom. It reminds us that progress and enlightenment come not from blind acceptance, but from the relentless pursuit of truth. It encourages us to challenge the status quo, to question the prevailing norms, and to engage in thoughtful dialogue that challenges our own beliefs and biases.
Socrates' unwavering commitment to his principles, even in the face of death, teaches us the importance of staying true to ourselves and our convictions. It reminds us that our beliefs and values should never be compromised for the sake of convenience or acceptance. Socrates chose to drink the poison hemlock, not because he sought martyrdom, but because he believed that dying for his ideals was preferable to living a life devoid of intellectual integrity.
His willingness to sacrifice his own life for the sake of truth serves as a powerful reminder of the transformative power of ideas. It is a call to action, urging us to embrace the responsibility that comes with knowledge and to use it for the betterment of society. Socrates' story challenges us to be courageous, to speak up against injustice, and to defend our beliefs, no matter the cost. Moreover, Socrates' ability to connect with people from all walks of life speaks to the universal appeal of his teachings. From the brightest minds of Athens to the common citizens who lined the streets on the day of his execution, his ideas resonated with individuals across social strata. His Socratic method of questioning and engaging in dialogue remains a powerful tool for fostering critical thinking and intellectual growth. In the age of information overload and echo chambers, Socrates' story reminds us of the importance of intellectual humility and open-mindedness. It encourages us to seek out diverse perspectives, to listen to those with differing opinions, and to engage in respectful discourse. Socrates believed that true wisdom lay not in claiming to know everything, but in acknowledging our own ignorance and remaining open to new ideas. The story of Socrates' death sentence and his unwavering commitment to his ideals is a cinematic tale of courage, intellectual rebellion, and the indomitable human spirit. It captivates our imagination, provokes our thoughts, and ignites a fire within us to challenge the constraints that bind us and to strive for a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. As we reflect on Socrates' final moments, let us honor his memory by carrying the torch of intellectual curiosity and fearlessly questioning the world in which we live. Let us remember that the pursuit of truth is a noble and transformative endeavor, one that requires courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to the values we hold dear.
Socrates, the martyr of philosophy, continues to inspire us with his unwavering dedication to the pursuit of knowledge, his unyielding spirit, and his profound belief in the power of questioning. May his story serve as a constant reminder that the quest for truth is a lifelong journey, one that has the power to shape not only our own lives but also the course of history. Let us embrace the spirit of Socrates and, in doing so, unlock the doors to wisdom and enlightenment.
Hi, I am Assam Khan Amazay and you are watching Dream Not Out. If you like the video, press the like button and subscribe to motivate us so that we can motivate you on regular basis. Stay blessed always.